Hey, it's Kandy. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 15 of Vlogmas. You'll notice that there's no day 14 because I spent all day yesterday in bed. It was great. It was not. I was so sick. I was sick on Sunday and then it kind of carried over into like Sunday night, Monday morning, and I didn't sleep hardly at all. And I had such a migraine that was making me nauseous. It was a mess. So, yay for me. But I'm feeling better this morning. So I thought I would talk a little bit about like what's been going on with my health, because I had mentioned some things, but I never really went into it. So, let's see. I'm gonna do my makeup for work because I have to go to work today. So for many years I've had digestive issues. Since I had my gastric bypass surgery in 2004, certain foods just don't digest. And if anyone has had a gastric bypass or like really any kind of stomach issue, you'll kind of understand. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what causes the issue, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So that's been happening. And I figured out that I was lactose intolerant. So I stopped drinking milk, having sour cream, yogurt, things like that. It seems that cheese hadn't been bothering me, but that could just be me wishful thinking because I love cheese. So then like about 4 years ago, I noticed this like bump on my stomach, and I thought it was just like a cute little fatty thing, but then I noticed that if I pushed it, it would stay away and then it would pop back out like later on. And so I went to the doctor and they referred me to a surgeon because they figured out it was a hernia. So I saw this surgeon and he basically told me, I think at that point I was in like the high 400s, low 500s. It was like a really bad time in life. And he told me basically I'd have to get down to like 140 pounds before he would even consider doing surgery. And I was like, buddy, that's never gonna happen. Like it's not gonna happen. So I got pretty discouraged and whatever, but I did go and I lost like 125 pounds. I was really happy with myself, and I went back to him and he was still a jerk to me about it. So I was just like, whatever, dude. Fast forward to gross. Fast forward to about February of this year, and I kept getting nauseous all the time, kept getting just sick to my stomach, and I was throwing up. And for me that was alarming because I hadn't like actually thrown anything up in like years since my surgery. Since like the early days of my surgery when I was learning what full felt like. And so that was slightly concerning. So like there was a day in February that I like it was a trifecta of bad things for me. It was a goulash, and it had pasta and tomatoes in it, and it made me extremely sick for like 4 days, where I was nauseous 24/7, and it was just awful. And so I went to the doctor and I was like, I'm really concerned about this, like what is going on? And we know that I took that intolerance test and I had already been like elimination dieting. Like that intolerance test was like, okay, you shouldn't eat eggs. And I was like, damn, I love eggs. But that makes sense. And then things like spinach, tomatoes, quinoa, beans, pineapple for sure, which I had already known. Like most leafy greens apparently cause me such digestive stress. So I was like, well, this is great. So I went to the doctor and I was telling him, and he was like, oh, I think it's just heartburn. And I'm like, what could be causing me heartburn? I don't eat citrus. I don't eat like spicy food. Like, okay. So he told me just to like take these over-the-counter heartburn medications. I'm like, cool. Well, it continued. The nausea, the vomiting, the being sick, and over the last probably 4 or 5 months, it's been its worst. And I went back to the doctor, and like COVID happened, so like I was afraid to go to the doctor, but I finally went back to the doctor and I had an MRI and everything looks fine, but it's continuing to happen. And so I've been elimination dieting. I've cut out like white flour, I've cut out all pasta, and apparently like it's not really doing much. So I was supposed to get a GI scope, and they were gonna go down and see if maybe I had like an ulcer or something like that. Well, it was scheduled for November 18th. So I did all the prep, I was ready, I had my ride, and they called me that morning. My appointment was at like 1 in the afternoon. They called me at like 9 a.m. and they were like, hey, we're really sorry, but we scheduled you in the office, and for this test you need to be sedated and it has to be done in the hospital, so we're gonna have to cancel. I was like, okay. And she goes, we'll call you back to reschedule. Okay, cool. Well then, later that afternoon, at about when my appointment was, I got a call and they were like, hey, we just wanted to make sure that you weren't on your way because you're the last appointment of the day, and if you're not coming, we're all just gonna go home. And I'm like, they called me and told me not to come because I had to be sedated and like it had to be done in the hospital, not in the office. She's like, oh yeah, that's true, but they didn't relay that information to us. I'm like, perfect. I have an HMO, Kaiser, and so like you would think they would communicate with each other, but apparently they don't. So I waited like 2 weeks. They never called, and finally last week, because I kept forgetting, I finally called and got it rescheduled. So the first one she offers me is like 5 a.m. and I already have to drive an hour and a half to this place because they don't offer it where I live. So I have to drive past Portland. And I was like, that's not gonna work for me. And that was already like January 20 something. So I finally have my GI scope scheduled for February 2nd. It's just, why? I know it's COVID stuff and they're not doing elective things, but to me this is like hindering my life. So on Friday night I made meatloaf, and my meatloaf has eggs in it, and I thought, well, I've been okay with like cooked things with eggs in them, and so I was like, I should be fine. Well, my meatloaf also has like saltines in it, and I ate on Friday night and I was totally fine. And then Saturday night when I got home from looking at lights, I had meatloaf again because I hadn't ate since lunchtime. And I woke up in the middle of the night so sick that I was just like, what is wrong with me? So I don't know if it was the combination of the eggs and the saltines, or if now beef is trying to be a problem for me. Like, it's super frustrating. And I was telling Brittany about it. She's like, wow, girl, you're just gonna be able to eat like white rice and maybe some chicken, because sometimes chicken does it too. Like, it's like my body doesn't know what it wants to eat. Like, it's so annoying. And it's like sometimes one thing will like cause me issues, and then if I eat it again like 3 months later, it won't. Like, when the boys were here, they wanted pizza, so I ordered Pizza Hut. I hadn't had regular pizza in probably almost a year. I'd been eating like cauliflower pizzas. I had 2 pieces of pizza, I was totally fine. So like, at this point with all of it, I'm super frustrated, super annoyed, and I just want to feel better. And so I'm trying my damnedest. So I'm like hoping that we can figure this out. Hoping that the GI scope will, you know, give us some answers. I had emailed my doctor a couple of weeks ago, and oh man, it was actually a different doctor because my doctor retired. I just opened my eyes before it was dry. And I was like, hey, is there like an intolerance test or an allergy test that I could take to figure out what's causing all of this pain and bullshit? And she's like, well, let's get the GI scope done and then we can talk about it. But for now, just like elimination diet. And I'm like, what do you think I've been doing for the last year and a half? Like, I've been doing that. But I didn't want to argue with someone, and I'm so frustrated and done with like medical stuff right now. Obviously I'm a mess this morning. And so that's kind of where my health has been. Something's wrong, or I'm like developing allergies to a bunch of stuff. Like, it feels like those are the only options at this point. So it's super frustrating for me, and I'm trying not to let it like get to me, but dang. So just gonna keep doing my best, but sometimes this gets triggered and it happens. And it's not like, it's not a bowel issue, it's all stomach. Because it's not like, it's not causing me any like potty problems. It's all nausea and vomiting and just extreme stomach pain. Like, I don't know. Like I said, at this point it's just super annoying, and I just want to feel better. I just want to feel better. So, I don't know. We'll get there, I guess. This is super annoying. So, Sunday I barely left my bedroom. And then yesterday I had a migraine, so every time I stood up and tried to walk, my head hurt so bad I had to like just like close my eyes and clench because it was just so bad. I've suffered from migraines a lot, which again, I kind of figured out sometimes it's triggered by food, which is why I cut corn out of my diet. Yeah, so that's interesting. It's been a lot of like, okay, let me try to eat this food. Does it cause me pain? Yes, no, maybe. Revisit this again in 6 months. Like, I'm sure any of you who have elimination dieted in the past or had issues like this will be like, oh girl, I feel you. And everyone else is like, what is she talking about? You're lucky. It's just like certain foods trigger weird things in my body, and I hate it. And I just want it to stop. I just want to be able to eat food and feel good, you know? Because, like, you guys have seen me cook a bunch of different stuff and try a bunch of different stuff, but we don't generally talk about how it affects me later. Like, later on this week, I'm going to be taste testing some Cheetos mac and cheese that a viewer named Candace had suggested to me. I didn't even know they made it, but I'm already kind of dreading it because I'm like, oh, that's pasta. That's probably gonna make me feel icky, and I gotta get lactose-free milk or use like, I have some cashew milk that I could use. Which, lactose-free milk, great. Tastes like milk. I don't just drink it, but I like put it in recipes and stuff. And then my friend was over the other night and I had him try that cake, that chocolate peppermint cake. And he was like, you got any milk? I was like, yeah, there's lactose-free milk in there. And he's like, dude, this lactose-free milk is actually really good. I was like, I know. So, where was I going with that? Oh, so I've been using that lactose-free milk and I actually really like it. I didn't put any highlighter on there. Why did I put it on my face? Distraction! So anyway, almost done here. Mascara. Don't let me forget mascara. I always forget mascara. That's where I'm at with my health. And I apologize for no video yesterday. But if you'd have seen me, you wouldn't have wanted to. It just was not a good day. And it turned out my roommate was home yesterday too. So we both were home for an extra day by ourselves, or, you know, together. Okay, so I'm not sure what we're gonna get into tonight. We'll see how work goes since I missed yesterday, and Mondays are always fairly like full of stuff, and I know I had left one sort of project to do on Monday and now I gotta do it today. So I don't know how work's gonna go, but you know, we'll try to catch up on the advent calendars. And well, let's hold on. Let's do the next one right now. Maybe there's like a lippy I can wear. So we're gonna do day 14, which is a lipstick, and day 15, which is a lip. So day 14 is this matte lipstick. What's the color? Natural. Ooh, that's a nice pink. Oops. Well, that's not too bad. I thought it was going to be too light for me, but I think it's okay. And then day 15, why did I turn that light off, is one of their butter glosses in creme brulee. Let's see what that looks like on top of this. It's a nice like pink. So I'm just gonna dab some on there and then use my finger. Dab a little more. There we go. Those actually worked out really well together. Lucky us! Alright, so this is how I'm going to work. Just normal. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. I had been wanting to talk about this for a little while and I just didn't know when the time was right. Well, now felt right because we figured it out. So, I will see you guys later on tonight. We'll do wine and what time is it? I might have time for hot chocolate this morning. I gotta put on some pants and I gotta see what I have to take to work with me. All right, guys, you can see I've put up some decor. It's probably the only tree we're gonna get this year. I'm afraid the cats will destroy that purple tree. I want to give them another year. So here is the 12 Cocos of Christmas. I got this on Amazon. I can leave the link down below. So they're K-cups. My oven's preheated for my dinner. So today's is a vanilla hot cocoa mix. What are you ripping into over there, child? Look, I have a mess. Just deal with it. She's in that box. I'm trying to get my life together. I really am. All right, so I'm gonna go brew this in my snowman mug, and then I'll let you guys know how it tastes. All right, so we've got vanilla hot chocolate. It smells really nice. I forgot to read the package on like how many ounces it was supposed to make, and I made 12 instead of 8, so it's probably a little watered down, but I don't mind that. I'm being very cautious. See if they'll knock that stuff down. We're giving it a shot. Ooh, it's hot. That's nice. It's a nice mellow vanilla flavor. Again, it's a little watered down because I used 12 ounces instead of 8. But it's nice and smooth, and it's not like too overly chocolatey, and it's not too vanilla-y. It's a nice mix. I enjoy. Why am I like this? There's your thumbnail, guys. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'm so weird. Not sure what else we're gonna do tonight, to be honest with you. I need to clean up. I need to get dishes done. And we had a full discussion this morning. So I will come back later and try the wine before I go to bed. I think what we're gonna try to do, I don't know, it just depends on how I feel. The cats are running around like nuts right now. Right now my stomach feels okay, but I haven't ate dinner yet, and I haven't ate since, let's see, it's 6 o'clock and I haven't ate since like 1. So in 5 hours I haven't felt sick, so that's good. You know, I gotta take little wins, little ones. So yeah, I'll probably come back, even if I don't feel like I should drink the wine tonight, I will come back and tell you guys goodbye and tell you what's coming up. I went out to the garage today and brought in all of my nephew's gifts, so probably tomorrow I will be wrapping gifts, so that'll be fun. But yeah, tonight I need to catch up on some things from being sick for a few days. I'm kind of behind on stuff, so. All right. I guess I didn't really show you guys what's over here, but it's my grandma's tree, or my grandma made the tree. And then the 3, well, each set, and there's 3 mice and 3 deer, and they're from Home Interiors, which is a company that my family used to get a lot of stuff from back in the day, especially like home decor stuff. There we go. So yeah, let me go grab the wine. Let's do that real quick, and then I'll tell you guys good night. You can good night for the night. All right, so tonight's wine is going to be Shades. I ain't even going to try to say that. Out of Monterey, California. What does that say under Shades? We're gonna have to figure that out. I'm just gonna do one wine tonight. I'll catch up on the other ones in the coming days, but I don't want to push anything too hard right now. Ooh. This is really nice. It's nice and crisp. Let me see what's in it. Okay, this gorgeous, true to type Gewürztraminer? No clue. Shows lychee, guava, and other tropical fruits with floral fragrant notes reflected on the palate. I was gonna say pineapple. Shades, whatever, is light-bodied with a crisp acidity that balances the residual sugar and invites you to take another sip and another. Floral, grapefruit, vanilla, rose petal. I'm gonna copy this word so I can look it up. Pair with chicken tikka masala, sweet and sour pork stir fry, coconut curry, pan-seared duck breast, quiche Lorraine, and spicy Thai soup. So it sounds like this pairs with a lot of like rich, creamy flavors. Okay, let's look up this word. All right, we're on Dictionary Prime on YouTube.
Gewürztraminer. Gewürztraminer. Gewürztraminer is a white grape grown in Alsace, France.
Gewürztraminer. Hold on, I want to play it again.
Gewürztraminer. Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer.
Okay. I love that we're learning. This is actually really nice. I really like the flavor of this. It doesn't seem too sweet to me. And it smells lovely. So we figured out that I like this one too. Gewürztraminer. Is that even close? All right, that's it for tonight. Thanks for swinging by. Sorry, I was looking at the cat being weird. Thanks for swinging by. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Happy holidays, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.